Hey there! You are welcome to my biology Scribbles class, where big concepts are explained in little doodles. This lesson is titled Osmosis. So sit down, get your pen and paper ready, let's dig into it.
By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define osmosis, describe the types of solutions, explain plasmolysis and turgidity, and identify examples of osmosis in living organisms.
What is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of high water concentration to a region of low water concentration, down concentration gradient, through a partially permeable membrane. A partially permeable membrane allows water molecules to pass through, but blocks larger solute particles like salt or sugar. All cells have a semi-permeable membrane called the cell membrane.
Water concentration, also called water potential, refers to the quantity of free water molecules available for movement in a solution. When solute dissolves, they bind to solvent molecules, usually water, making them unavailable for movement. Therefore, water concentration drops when more solute is added. Pure water has the highest water concentration because it is free from any solute. There are three types of solutions to remember. These solutions are named based on how they compare to the concentration of cytoplasm of the cell placed inside of them. Hypotonic solution has more water and less solute than the cell. Hypertonic solution has less water, more solute than the cell. Isotonic solution has equal water and solute as the cell. Next, we look at how cells react when placed into any of these types of solutions. Let's take a look at osmosis in animal cells. When you place an animal cell or tissue, like red blood cell, inside a hypotonic solution, this means the solution has a higher water potential than the cell. According to the rule in osmosis, water molecules only moves from high water potential to a lower water potential. Therefore, water molecules enter the cell by osmosis. The cell then swells and eventually bursts. When this happens in red blood cells, it is called hemolysis. On the other hand, in a hypertonic solution, the cell has the higher water potential. This causes water molecules to move out of the cell into the solution. The cell then shrinks and eventually dies. Cells placed in an isotonic solution maintain their normal shape and size because the concentration of water is equal inside and outside the cell, resulting in no net movement of water across the cell membrane. Let's take a look at osmosis in plant cells. When a plant cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, water enters the cell by osmosis. The vacuole swells and the cell becomes turgid. The rigid cell wall prevents the cell from bursting, so it remains fully stretched and firm. This state is called turgidity. On the other hand, when a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, water leaves the cell by osmosis. The cytoplasm shrinks away from the cell wall. This state is known as plasmolysis. Wilting of plants occur in this state. When a plant cell is placed in isotonic solution, the cell remains normal. This state is called flaccidity. The best state a plant needs to grow properly is the turgid state. This is the reason plants grow better when there is a lot of pure water. Osmosis is very important in living things because root hair cells absorb water from the soil by osmosis. This is because the water in the soil surrounding the root hair cell is hypotonic. Red blood cells maintain their shape and carry out their functions because blood serves as an isotonic solution to them. Plants stay firm and remain upright in order to absorb as much light as they can due to turgidity. In summary, osmosis is the movement of water from high water concentration to a lower water concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. The cell membrane is nature's semi-permeable membrane. Hypotonic solutions have high water concentration and cause cells to swell. Hypertonic solutions have a lower water concentration and cause cells to shrink. Turgidity occurs in hypotonic solutions. Plasmolysis occurs in hypertonic solution. So there you have it. If you learned something from this video, give it a like and subscribe to Biology Scribbles. Big concepts explained in little doodles. See you in the next lesson.